ALTHEA'S Amazing Journey. I'm Alta Beckers McCarthy, and on my journey, we're going to all the places all over the country and the Caribbean to meet people with different skills and talents, and also to visit all historical places all over the Caribbean. So come join me. Hi, guys, and welcome to ALTHEA'S Amazing Journey. Today, I have two special guests with me, two persons who are involved in the area of football, and they're like a community name here, Mr. Edwin Walcott and Mr. Kendel Crawford. So I have these two gentlemen here with me this morning, and this is Mr. Edwin Walcott and Mr. Kendel Crawford. So, guys, it's so nice to have you on my show.
Welcome.
So, welcome.
Yeah.
So, tell me something. You know, a lot of people, when you talk about a name, they either call him Mr. Walcott or they either call him Stylie. You know, you don't hear Kendel Crawford, they say Stylie, right? And you hear Coach Walcott. Right, so, Coach Walcott, tell me something about how you get into football and all that.
Well, I believe that's not by accident, but this was a straight case accident because I was playing for Prague and Crawford in 1970, 69, 70. And we were training one day, and we had two teams, they call it the championship team, the first division team and the intermediate team. So the intermediate trainer, because we had no coach in those days, we had trainers. Didn't come out and they asked me to go across and help out. Well, something amazing happened that day because when I went and woke up with them, the next day, remember strike on the next coach, on the original coach or trainer. So I was bitten by the bug after that. I realized, well, if they say I could coach, I could coach. So I started doing assistant to them. And then the national coach, Ken Henry, was a guy who was my friend. And he took me across to Tranquility and chaos with him and things. So I started doing little tips with them until, well, this is what it is. 50 years later, I'm still coaching. 50 years later? Oh my. Mr. Stylie?
Well, my introduction into coaching started with basketball. In that, the club that we had formulated in the community, the Princess Song Youth Football School, we had a football team initially, and then we started with the same players, a basketball part of the club. And it turned out that there was nobody to coach the basketball. So all fingers were pointing at me. So I took over the reign of preparing the basketball team, and it continued for decades, coaching basketball. But football was always my love. So eventually, from playing as a teenager, I started doing some coaching when the coach was coming late. But the coach was a teacher, Michael Thompson. He was a teacher at the secondary school. So when he's coming late, I used to start the training session. So that's how the coaching in the football started.
Right. So now you have your own club. So it's a lot of years later.
Yeah, a lot of years later, when the club still exists. We just did a tweet into the name of it, but the club still exists. Princess Song Youth Soccer School, it is now known as, right? And we cater for a lot of youngsters under the age of 17. So 13 to 17 age group, that's what we cater for. And, we're going strong still. And I still do get the players from my era still coming out and giving some assistance in organizing certain things. So, yeah.
Very good. So, Walcott, you as well have your academy as well. That is doing pretty well.
Yeah, well, I always wanted to have some input with the youth because of my background. My background was a colorful one. So I didn't want my children to step into that area. So actually my coaching was basically to help my children friends stay on the right track, so to speak. And I started from St. Margaret's Village, Marbella, then I came to Princess Town. And when I reached Princess Town, well, I realized there was a need for used to get involved, even though Stylie and others was doing others from the days in the rock area. And then we have so many areas. It's too many. So I took up some of the stuff from Stylie and we formed Princeton Community Health and Wellness Sports Academy.
Right.
You know, and we had a very successful run from 2006 to the present.
So this academy, where is it located?
It's located at St. Stephen's College.
St. Stephen's College in Princeton.
Ironically, St. Stephen's College has given us permission to use their premises since 2006. But the footballers came from all over.
Right.
And when the guys in the academy qualified to play at school level, St. Stephen's College was not ready to take them at that level. So the other schools, and Stylie can stand as that, so the other schools took them, like Naps and Prayers and Benedicts and Shiva Boys.
Right. So they had to shift to other schools in order to
Boys
continue.
because we changed boys and girls.
Right.
You know, so that's the irony part.
Mr. Stylie, in the sense of your grouping, most of them would come from school, or you have people coming out from the community who are not in school level?
Well, the players came out of the schools, but the schools were also in the environs of Princeton, right? We had one or two coming from further areas, Moruga, Tigala, but generally the core of the team came from the community.
So what days you train on your club?
Well, presently, my training days Wednesdays and Fridays from 4 to 6.
Right.
And we base at Judah Recreation Ground.
That's a favorite ground
Well,
in this area here.
Some people may not remember the name of the ground, but the affectionate name for it is Transport.
Transport ground.
You just say transport to any person in the community, and they know exactly what you're talking about.
Right, and you are based at St. Stephen's College. So, what you all think about football? I mean, you all have been in it, you said, for over 50 years, and you have been in it for
40 years.
40 years. How you see football going? Because, I mean, although you all didn't give up, because you still have your academy and your club, but what do you think you all need to really, upgrade? Because you find that, for example, we have a lot of activities going on the ground, so we're not seeing them really catering for football. Although I think one of the ground was designated for football, it's not seen that happening. And I don't know if now we have to go and get permission, but a lot of activities other than football is taking place. And so we find that football is not really, done as it should be effectively. What do you think about that?
Well, from where I stand, I'm not really focused directly on the football as such in terms of performance. I will more focus on the youth who will say get on the float. So I use football as a catalyst to actually get them involved in meaningful activities. And if football was doing it, I will use football. We have martial arts, we have foot cricket, we have different activities taking place in the community. So I think everybody will play a part. If we talk about football at the level where we're supposed to go from stage to stage, well, I believe that in 1974, the era of 1974, killed community football. And I'm making no apologies for that because it's proven. We used to be having Princeton as one of the most vibrant. I live in St. Margaret's. I play for teams like Black Hawks and other teams, and we come to play football in Princeton. So Princeton was the mecca of the lower south, or the central south, if you want to call it that. Because from point 14, as you move south, Princeton and San Fernando is more like central south. And Princeton was the mecca of the competition that we have. I play football for the Grant, they play here. I play football for St. Mary's Village, they play here. So I can talk about Princeton as one of the losses of the community.
Okay, Mr. Stein.
Yeah, well, the days of the Walcott mentioning Princeton was a hub. I grew up witnessing and taking part in a lot of different sporting activities: basketball, cricket, netball, hockey, The only thing I didn't really like too much was the running, the athletics, right? Because it was much more individual sport for me at the time. But what I have been witnessing over the last decade or so since the improvement in the facilities is that with the improvement in the facilities came a decline in all the disciplines because there are no longer competitions being held in the community. A football competition ran probably about 7 years ago. It was a success, but it didn't
No continuance.
didn't continue, right? What we're seeing is there are a couple football academies in the community.
Right.
But to me, those football academies focus a little bit more on competition, right? And to the neglect of the development of the individual player.
Right.
So that is where because I had taken a backseat for a while, and after observing that, I decided, well, I think I need to come back and share the little knowledge that I have to some of the young players who are willing to want to learn the game.
Yes.
Not just play competition or play games, but to actually learn the game. And that's why I'm back. I've been back now for probably about a year and a half.
Yeah, because that is important. Because I remember with my son, I had taken him to learn to play football, and they took him and had him running on the field, and I couldn't understand because I said I brought him to train. I said, but he running good. I said, well, he was active before, and he said, well, he will do well. I said, but he didn't get any training, so I'm not comfortable with him just running because he could damage himself. So the idea what you're saying of where they're lacking a lot of training and just looking for people to just run and play and that kind of stuff.
And the training is technical work, not just fitness and running up and down and doing strength work. It's technical work within the sport. That is what is short.
Yes, and that's why we're missing a lot of the training institutions assisting with this sort of, and also the ground. Yeah, to get that area to really have that sort of thing going on. Because I don't think that with the amount of clubs coming on now, there's enough space on the grounds for people to really play that game successfully.
Well, as regards the confusing part to me with the use of the ground is that I have been using concrete ground for many years. And as a matter of fact, I was given an award by the regional corporation. Can't remember the exact year, but I was given an award for the work that I have been doing in the Princeton community area in relation to basketball and sports in general, right? And the irony of the whole thing is that after I got the award from the corporation who was responsible for the ground, I started having application problems to get the ground to use. So much so until I basically just give up on that and just use the facility.
And you're supposed to really be accommodated because of the award and the things like that.
What was the benefit of getting an award?
When you cannot perform your task.
You understand? So
so they're concentrating more on other things than community services.
Clearly.
So Walcott, you think that parents and so on really getting the children towards sport in that aspect, or you think the ministry or the school system need to do a little more to encourage them?
To improve, you have to be involved to tell you. So it is a system that we have to relate to. I think all of us have a part to play in the game because we're supposed to be sharing with them. We have the politics and things. So it really might be something we want to know why the children have been elected at the expense of politics.
Yes, that's a Stylie.
Well, to add to what Mr. Walcott has been saying, there's a role and a part for everybody to play. parents, the ministry, the police, whatever. I remember some years ago, there was, every summer, there was a Ministry of Sports summer program, summer camp. It started with the STEP program, and then it evolved into another name. But it is when the ministry had that input in organizing and financing and staffing the sports program for 3 weeks
Yes.
during the summer vacation.
And children would have been involved.
And the children in the community was looking forward to that every year. And it just stopped. The word was financing. But there is where the whole aspect of team involvement, community involvement
Yes.
had started, and it just stopped. So it comes like take the wind out of the sail,
Yes.
right? But see, added to that, the schools in the community, I think, fail to take up the mantle of being inclusive within the community.
Yes.
In that, even when you apply to use the schools at times for your football training or for your basketball training or whatever, there's always an issue of the participants on the compound, and there's one reason after another. And everything, there was just a disconnect that started to manifest itself between the community and the schools and that kind of thing. So it's a holistic thing that we need to sit and have discussions on,
Yes.
and honest discussions with the community, the schools, whatever, the churches, whatever, the police, and go from there and hope to build it back.
Yeah,
Even
because
stronger than
that
before.
sports program was very, very beneficial because my kids took part in those programs, and that could have helped them to determine whether they like football, whether they like basketball, they
Because it was never a one event.
because most
Sports
of
camp.
them, mostly in academics, they don't get that, all the parents telling them study, get a job.
Yeah.
But really it helps to kind of level out,
Mm-hmm.
that sort of stress and whatever from the children.
Yeah.
So really, we really need to impress upon the ministry to bring back that program in the communities.
Yes.
It is important. So, what have you been doing, Mr. Walcott, in the sense of players? You have players, some players who you would have trained and have excelled and so on. So, have you been continuing with that trend in the sense of assisting players to get
Well,
scholarships and so on?
The COVID, I think that's put a lot of all in all. On these scholarship programs, I had an arrangement with the British Community College and the SAT school in San Fernando, where players who wanted to play football but didn't have the correct amount of requirement,
Already SAT.
so we send them to the Stock Community College to get the rest of the subjects. In fact, we had a situation where we had one subject, and he went on to get 7 subjects, and therefore we ended up in hospital. So it was our organization was more based on taking use of the street, giving them a place or a future of some hope. But in the same sense that we use football as one form of stepping platform.
Yeah, because you're an experienced coach.
Right.
Yes.
Now, with the schools, as Stylie said, I think that the ministry should take responsibility for enlightening the schools of the importance of sports in general as an added force because you're talking about you want to get a career, but nobody knows where you will land with career. You have sports and you have the academics and you find you will have choices. Right? And people now find themselves difficult to find their choice because there's nothing for them to really emulate or identify with.
Yes.
And it's sad. But I think that we should make the effort now, as scientists recently I had a chat with that. We need to do something about it because we need to share what we know and hope that we'll really well accept it.
Yes.
Because one thing to give somebody something when if they want it, next thing is if they don't want it.
Yeah, what I have been doing for the last decade and a half was trying to prepare, encourage and prepare the players to complete secondary school.
Right.
One. Use the football as a means to an end and not the end in itself. Meaning that you have a talent in football, let's get you to the best possible place in the playing of the football and your understanding of the football. And let's see if we can use that to further your education or application for employment or whatever. I think it has been successful over the period because we have managed to produce a number of athletes, student athletes, who have went on to scholarships and some presently in the scholarship. And fortunately or unfortunately, they remain out of the country because probably when they come back here, would have been too what you call it, overqualified.
Yes.
So they're playing their trade, coaching, or in the financial area abroad.
And you see these opportunities were available here. You find a lot of opportunities. You have to work so hard for it here, right? You find that if there were more open opportunities, you find a lot of people will stay here. But if football not going anywhere here, or cricket not going anywhere here, basketball not going anywhere, why are they remaining here? The opportunities not much.
Because what I have introduced for the last 8 years is always trying to see if we could step a toe into one of the Caribbean countries,
Right.
into the training development program. So we would have done a couple of tours. And at present now, we have on 16 team in training from the Princeton community.
Wow.
In training to go on one of those sectors to Suriname for the Easter vacation.
Wow, some of them may not have ever traveled
No.
in their lives.
Because
That's an experience.
Some of them, we had to organize passports and things for them because they have, I mean, you even need a passport to go to Jamaica to be in a So, but it's offering that new experience for them.
Yes.
So that they can handle a variety of different cultures and that kind of experiences. Because I not only coaching your football, I'm creating moments with you.
Right.
So when you sit in your later years, you can reminisce on
on
your
memories.
memories.
Yeah. I went to Suriname, you know? That is really nice. That is really nice. I'm sure that all of them are very happy to be involved in that.
Well, the contingent that it stands right now is 36.
Ooh.
Because we're taking some adults, some parents along with us to help manage the group.
Right.
And so yeah, everybody's excited, just waiting on the party.
This is really nice because I mean you could be sitting home or lying on the block or whatever, and the sport really give them something positive in their life, something to do, and then discipline, everything comes in. Right? You have to learn to be on time to practice. You have to remember to do your schoolwork, so everything is like a discipline, and you're taking that upon yourself.
Yeah.
So you actually growing as an individual.
Because I remember a year we went, and well, we were lucky to have 1 or 2 players who were preparing for CXC. And they had to take their books along with them because yes, we're going to play, but exams will be starting as soon as we get back. So, we had to assign study time to them, to make sure that they focus on
their schoolwork to be successful in both ways.
Right? Because we had a teacher traveling with us at that time. So her responsibility was basically to oversee that study time period. Because we are not to them.
Yes. So Walcott, you as well have a guy who used to assist as well with
Yeah,
sponsorship and
well,
all
no,
that.
when we had the operation, well, to be truthful, to what Stylie was saying there, with the local front, on the local front, we had opportunities for a number of players who would be trained to go to join the police force, the army, telco, industries, Texaco, and for example, my life was built around sports in terms of my opportunities.
Yeah.
Because I was playing for a team like Paragon Sports Club, where people would have seen me and could have joined them. Let's jump, let's go.
Yes.
And when I joined them to play, I had the opportunity to become a kind operator.
Right.
So I used the same strategy in this hour. I used to play football and go into the job market and get work. So if the system or mechanized only know that the coaches are trying to do, and I use this system without trying to replace people who may or may not be responsible for the decline.
Mm-hmm.
So we looking at what we have been doing and what they may not see what is being needed to give youth a chance. Because the best youth that I have from is the one who will form through sports. Because sports have rules and regulations and have the sportsmanship and fair play. And that is something that many youth respect. I think they respect that more than the law and the police and the guard that they right. So they take the sports that seriously, and they will not now transfer it into the civil as a negative. Because they go in or very well. I don't follow the rules of sport, but I was colorful character who recognize sport as a medium to make for change.
Right.
And I government programs, both because I have a reform. So everything I'm saying here is proven because I have been coaching, a coach, a trained met in terms of character, in terms of us, over the police force, right? The police club and the prison club. So it's something that you see everybody know, but they ignore it.
Right.
Because the current situation could be addressed through the same sports. Because it is not hard. But then if people are looking at their own pockets and their own personal gains, then we have a problem.
Yeah. So in respect to youths who want to come to join the clubs and so on, you all can be found at the
Yeah, well,
at the St.
I am
Stephen's.
musician and after signing. If the 5 minutes is in college, everybody knows goes work. And everybody knows goes signing. So it's not even mad. You don't even need phone number or address.
Yeah,
Just
basically,
say-
the Stylie said he's there for Mondays and Fridays.
I'm around the facility every day. Every day. But my training days in the club is Wednesdays and Fridays. So if anybody wants to join, I recommend they get both of training days. Not every day.
Yeah, I would like you all to appeal to the ministries to really, bring back this training and also what advice you will give them with respect to football. Because we're not only looking at football, we want to encourage all the sports to come back. But as all our football coaches have been in this sport for 30 years, over 50 years, what do you all think the ministry could do to assist? Because basically they are really the point of, to fix everything. They are important because, finance-wise, could they assist in giving scholarships, different things, from this the school level, primary school, moving up, because they are very, very talented children, in our schools.
Well, I think that the powers that be, I don't think that they're blind. Right? Though I'm a person who just want to spade a spade. all the grounds in Trinidad and Tobago are underused. Yet crime is on the rise and increasing. I could tell you about crime, I could tell you about what makes crime and what doesn't make crime. If the youth in the community are involved in meaningful ways to develop and improve their life, you'll have less crime. But you see, about the finding book for Island is as a true thing. Every community has exposed wrong that is under money. I could call from Princeton back to Clark Sunday because I'm involved with all the communities. And when you go to the grounds, right to my grandson, and my grandson 8 years in trees, right? He's training with them now as an athlete. Yes. And he's 8 years. I could left him for the next 2 years and because the children try to use older because they need more than him. Yeah. So those youths who are older need all the help they could get. Because it's from there we're going to get either the future or the lost future. Mm. So what Stylie is trying to do, we alone cannot do. And what you guys are trying to do, you alone cannot do. But it's a start. I mean, I will hope that the ones that will hear you, look at your work that you're doing, and pay attention to what has been said. And at least one person can see make a difference. Yes. You know, the children of our community are begging for help. Right? We have communities where we call them at-risk communities. But if you go to these communities like Lamantil and Maningo, where I could visit, you don't have a problem if they give them some chance. They need a chance. And the negative areas that they relate to is where they're getting a chance. They need to get a positive area to relate to. And sports can do that.
Yes, it can.
Well, for me, having been involved in the Ministry of Sports programs in the past, if I have a chance to talk to the Minister of Sports, like I may have the opportunity through your program, yes, I will tell the Minister, I recognize the need to be a little bit more hands-off with regards to different sporting disciplines and allow the funding to go to the associations. But what I am recognizing is that even though the funding is being made available to the sporting disciplines, the money is not reaching to the grassroots. Right. And that's where the ministry programs in the past, like the STEP program and the other sport community programs,
you see it actually reaching to the grassroots.
Getting to the grassroots, yes, because,
yes.
I mean, you're getting the participants, you can't read and write properly. You can't even remember when the data goes that again. Mm-hmm. So you know there's grassroots coming to you. They're coming to you in a slipper, wanting to participate barefooted. You know that the grassroots coming to you. Right?
So you're seeing again, parents have problem with finances already there.
Of course. Yeah. So those programs that I was fortunate to be involved in the past, they were reaching the grassroots.
Yes.
And that's where we need how long we're going to take it. We're saying the same thing, grassroots, because the associations focusing on their elites. That's where they spend their funding, on the elites and the grassroots. So, which talent is going to come from the grassroots if we don't put the spotlight on them?
We need to really focus on.
Yeah, we need to put the spotlight back on
persons.
And to add to what Stylie said, the year 1974 is where the grassroots went going to the ground with the introduction of the so-called national league. I was playing for Texaco at the time. Texaco was a club that was not involved in the youth league. But they had, and to include Princeton and other communities, they had a vibrant community tournament around every year. In fact, you were sure to get 6 months of football and 6 months of cricket. You were sure to get it. Because them days we had this kind of rain, wet weather kind of thing. Cricket in dry and football in dry season. But it still had hope. Because we had 6 months of football.
Then you were seeing players actually playing, right? From different communities.
Every community from owners to point was completed. From 1974 back. Now we are in an improved element of what we call improve areas of sporting, and I'm not saying it, but just what I say, where the community is dried up. Coming as I already said, the water, this is dried up. Everything has gone on.
Because you're not getting to see the grassroots, you're not getting to see the players and the talents.
From Ben, you used to empty villages. The grassroots town in Princeton, I can remember coming to play football in Princeton. Two things. Princeton, the county fair and the football tournaments. That's why you come to I see you. When you come here, you want to know well, if the whole of Princeton on the savannah. Am I right?
You used to have a lot of support.
Yeah. So what has happened that I've taken away that from the community,
Yeah.
and the community has lost now together.
It's really sad. It's really sad.
I think one of the factors is having leaders. Deceased Mohammed Isa, who was attached to the ministry, he was Mr. Grassroots. So you find that when you get called from Isa, you know that in a grassroots program,
Starting
right?
up there.
Starting up,
Yeah.
right? Because I think every coach in Trinidad and Tobago know Mohammed Isa. I was fortunate to have two good mentors, Mohammed Isa and Michael Thompson. God rest soul in peace. But, you know, we don't have that type of planning that I'm aware of that is going to cater for that grassroots program. And I think that's where we fall in short.
What about asking the powers that be to ask those persons who will volunteer their services and the knowledge, to share the knowledge with what is wrong with our system? Because it is not hard to fix.
And there need to be a
fix it.
collaboration.
Because there are
Many
many
ministries and those people like you all with all the experiences in the different communities so that they will be able to see exactly how to fix this. Because this has become very serious now.
It is.
Right? Our youths are being affected very much by this.
I think Walcott, I am sure there are a number of reports in the ministry or whatever departments running all sorts of surveys and all there are a number of reports, but there's just a lack of will to institute the policies.
Yes.
And even when they do initiate something, you know, it's different levels of problems coming with it, coming down until it reaches down there. It's difficult to reach the one.
Yes, so I'm hoping that with this program that the ministries and the powers that we will be able to come together and really try to assist. So we're not only talking about football here, we're talking about all the sports which are being affected. So to end where you all headed now, in relation to your football.
Well, I have my programs continuing. Right? At the moment, I have my grandchildren taking part in the NCA athletic program. One is 8 years and one is 9 years. They are what I focus on right now is the community, getting younger youths to get involved. But again, since this situation with COVID and so on, other players have a bit of fear-mongering taking place. And I want to use this moment to say that the people who listen to this program should understand that the COVID is just another flu, and they're supposed to keep their body fit and go back to the days when you can feel a grass and provide thing and have no safe risk. Because it is not something that will kill you if you take care of it.
Or keep it healthy.
Keep it healthy. Yeah. And I have 400 members who are trained as seniors and juniors and people who cardio, I'm a physical instructor too. And none of them lost their life. You know, I am Channel Customary senior group and President senior group.
But at the end of the day, as an athlete, you know you have to eat certain things and keep your body fit.
Yeah.
That's Stylie.
Yeah, well, what I see in the immediate future in the Princeton community is trying to get to the retirees like myself, senior citizens, and try to get them back involved in the sport. Because last year I was not last year, as the COVID came in 2019, I was preparing some tournaments for football and basketball, and I included over 50 age group in both of them. Because like I tell people, we are people too.
Exactly.
So I spoke to anyone who say that. But we are people too.
Yeah.
So events like those, was meant to get the old timer back involved with the game.
Yeah.
Don't just come and sit down and reminisce and say, well, how it used to be. I want you to start thinking, what can I do?
Yes. What can I do to help?
Let's get it back to the
I was young too, and I would have liked somebody to help me as well.
And they did. When they were young, it had people organizing stuff for them. That's why they could talk like that.
Yes.
But could the youngsters now see the same thing? Because you now are a senior and you ain't doing anything, but just reminiscing. So I set out on a journey to try to change that. Because I feel if I could get the seniors, I could get the youngsters.
That's right. Yes.
Well, in my category, it's the same thing. Because one of the things I don't believe in is age getting old. I think a person gets old with their mind first, or the body first and the mind after, which one. But staying fit is not hard. And that is something that every one of us should do. If it is to walk down the track, we try and, you see, they are already negative, like cigarette and rum and chop in mind. You get to risk of being able and relate. I don't smoke, I don't drink, and I could challenge any youth to 1 hour workout because of the fact that that is where you're supposed to be.
And you're going to be 80 just
I'll be 80 minutes.
and happy birthday in advance.
Okay.
Guys, it was so nice having you on the show. Mr. Edwin Walcott, known as Ghost Walcott, and Mr. Kendel Crawford, otherwise known as Mr. Stylie.
You know, I
Guys.
never know this man's name.
Christian name.
I never know his name until just the other day.
Because everybody knows Stylie.
As
You
man,
know?
Stylie.
That's man.
We are for Stylie.
Right, so if you have to come and look for Mr. Crawford, look for Stylie.
No answer, Mr. Go.
Right? Nobody will know Mr. Crawford.
Same here.
Right? And the same thing with Coach Walcott. So guys, it was nice having you all join us. So please keep safe and see you next time on ALTHEA'S Amazing Journey. Bye for now. Hi guys, thanks for viewing my show. Don't forget to like and share. And those who want to support, the link below has all the information. Contact. See you next time.